Dak Prescott.
I would take Dak Prescott. I would take Dak Prescott. I would take Dak Prescott. I would take Dak Prescott. I would take Dak Prescott.
Well, good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Shout out to everybody who came in for our game day watch party. We had a ball. We were going for almost 8 hours, and literally my computer system had like a shock wave that went through, shuttered, and shut down the stream, and I figured that was a sign from above that I have spent enough time on the YouTube for the night with the system. So I'm wrapping it up. I'm calling it a day, and we're going to give it a rest. But we had fun. We saw Rashid literally melt down and go crazy about his quarterback, Daniel Jones. And let me be clear, Rashid is a great friend of mine. Rashid's done a lot of things to help us out with the system and everything else, and he is fun to hang out with, okay? Let me say to the Eagles out there, slow clap. Congratulations, you are numero uno in the NFC East, and you know what? I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you beat the Atlanta Falcons. Next week, you got the 49ers, who got a scare at the end against the Detroit Lions. They were thinking that it was garbage time, and they let Jared Goff get back into the game and get scared in the end there. Let me also say a shout out to the Cincinnati Bengals that went toe-to-toe with Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings and ended up getting the win in overtime. Shout out to you. Shout out to the Miami Dolphins for being the first team to play Bill Belichick and win when he's played a quarterback for their very first game. Matt Castle won his first one. Of course, Tom Brady won his first one. Jacoby Brissett, Jimmy Garoppolo, all of those first-time quarterbacks all won games. Unfortunately, they didn't get one there. Now back to the NFC East, where currently the Eagles, who are feeling themselves, I mean literally, y'all need to get rooms. Y'all are really and truly feeling yourselves out in public, and it's not cute. It's not cute, guys. But congratulations on getting the win against Atlanta. You are right now the head dog in the NFC East. The Giants, well, their offensive line, like I said, is terrible. Their quarterback is terrible. Danny Dollar Store gets another fumble at the wrong time as always. Does get a garbage time touchdown in the end. Congratulations on that. But you have a long ways to go with that team. And I said before, I think this is the swan song for Jason Garrett and Daniel Jones, both of which I believe will be gone next year. Then there's the Washington football team. Now, let me say this much. Don't get too excited about what you did today. Eagles, don't get too upset by what happened today. Giants and Washington. The reason I say this, because the Cardinals came out and they blew doors against the Titans. They look good. Just kind of like Teddy Bridgewater looked good. Here's the thing. I remember the Arizona Cardinals starting out the season 4-0 and proceeding to lose all of the games from that point on. Ended up 4-12. You really don't know what teams are till really about October. Some teams start out real fast and then fall on their face. Other teams are slower starters. I'll give you a great example that in recent history. Tampa Bay lost 34-10 to the New Orleans Saints. They were 7-5, 12 games into the season, and went on a tear. So it's not how you start, it's really how you finish. So back to the Washington football team. I don't know what to make of Washington because I'm looking at Joe Burrow and crew. And see, this kind of scares me a bit because Joe Burrow and crew, they really went to Washington's ass. Joe Burrow had over 300 yards passing. Now, we were sold a bill of goods that Washington's defense is so good. Now, again, it's still early. So, was it Washington's defense is overrated? Or is it the San Diego Chargers offense is really that good? Still kind of early to tell. But for Washington, Ryan Fitzpatrick got hurt. He's going to have his MRI on his hip tomorrow, but it's a serious hip injury. When you're older, you're a little more frail, and it's harder to recover. But even before the injury, he wasn't doing anything spectacular. In fact, I believe that Tyler Heineke, whatever he is, actually played better than Ryan Fitzpatrick. Quite frankly, I thought Heineke was going to be their starter when they signed him to a new contract before they signed Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now the question is, if Ryan Fitzpatrick injury is serious, A, do they stick with Tyler Heineke? Or B, they really like Josh Allen, who's injured, who came from Carolina under Ron Rivera? Or do they go with an alternate plan and bring in Cam Newton? I don't know. Ron Rivera kind of got tired of Cam Newton, but Cam Newton may be better than what you have currently. Or do they sell all out and try and get Deshaun Watson? I don't know, but I feel like they should try and do something. Oh, but Washington, I've talked about FedEx Field. I always call it a toxic waste dump. Apparently, I wasn't far off on it being a toxic waste dump. We'll just take the toxic part of it off and we'll call it a waste dump because literally a sewer line pipe broke over the stands and literally put raw sewage into the stands on fans of the football team. You can't make this shit up. I mean, I guess in Washington's defense, shit does happen. And in life, it's not what you do, but it's how you deal with shit. And I don't know how Washington will deal with this shit, but they definitely have some shit that's going on that they got to deal with. They need to clean that shit up. They've got some real problems with Washington quarterback situation that they had before the injury. Now it's even worse. The Eagles. Hurts looked good. I'm going to give you that. Jalen Hurts looked good today. I'm not going to take that away. Devontae Smith, he looked good. They got themselves together. Oh, one other thing about the Giants. Barkley, man. Barkley don't look right. Barkley looks like a shell of himself, FYI. Barkley, man. Whoa. I know they said he's not 100%. I'm not sure he's 50%. He played that bad. But the Eagles, and I have to give credit to Brother Roz. Brother Roz said Washington is overrated. He said the Giants are terrible. He said he thinks that the Eagles are the second best team in the division. And he said that before any of these games were played. So that's the shit that's going on in the NFC East right now. I've got the Bears, who are who we thought they were, and they're losing 10-0 to the Rams and Matthew Stafford. What a day. What a day. I'm so glad football's back, y'all. But I am exhausted from the 8 hours of being live and getting food together for everybody and entertaining. I'm going to take the rest of the evening off. And go spend some time with my wife. I appreciate y'all. And David Zeus, you're the winner of the Rayfield Right shirt. David Zeus. So email me at cowboysmark94@gmail.com. I'll see you then. Peace.
That's sewage.